Hey guys, today PhoneArena is making a comparison between the Nokia E7, LG Optimus 2X and the Apple iPhone 4 as one of the best and most current representatives of the three most widespread mobile operating systems, Symbian, Android and iOS. The Nokia E7 had the worst timing of the three, appearing right after Nokia announced its decision to slowly phase out Symbian and replace it with Windows Phone. Still, it is an extremely well-crafted device and its anodized aluminum chassis feels very solid in the hand, all the while it manages to keep a fairly slim profile, considering it carries this excellent chiclet-style slide-out QWERTY keyboard. The iPhone 4, on the other hand, has this exceptional looks too, but it achieves it with a steel and glass frame, while still having one of the thinnest profiles out there. The LG Optimus 2X is basically a big solid slab, but the curved battery cover edges and the soft touch plastic on the back make it comfortable to hold, and it actually weighs as much as the iPhone 4. The displays utilized are also very different. First we have the 4-inch clear black AMOLED on the Nokia E7, which offers the widest viewing angles, high contrast and nice saturated colors. Plus it has a polarizing filter on top to aid in sunlight visibility, since it is not as bright as the LCD screens on the Apple's and LG's handsets. The main downside of Nokia E7 screen is the low resolution, 360 by 640 pixels. The iPhone 4's so-called Retina display is much smaller than the one on the Nokia E7 at 3.5 inch, but it has the highest mobile display resolution out there, 640 by 960 pixels, and is one of the brightest too. And finally, the display on the LG Optimus 2X is a solid 4-inch IPS LCD with 480 by 800 pixels, making it a good choice if you'd rather have a bigger screen with standard resolution than the smaller one on the iPhone 4. Looking around the sides, we immediately noticed that the phones have different sets of functionalities. At first look, the Nokia E7 is the most versatile of the three. It has an 8-megapixel camera with dual LED flash, HDMI out port, and USB on the go for hooking up an USB stick directly to your phone. The LG Optimus 2X, however, also has an 8-megapixel camera with LED flash and HDMI out port for hooking up your phone to your big screen TV and watching movies or playing games. It doesn't have USB on the go, but thanks to its dual-core chipset, the camera records Full HD 1080p video, plus it has a microSD card slot for storage expansion. Of course, both the LG and Apple's phones don't have the comfortable physical keyboard the Nokia E7 has. They only have virtual keyboards. So if you're a physical keyboard fan, the Nokia E7 is the one for you. The iPhone 4 actually looks the least functional in terms of ports. It has neither HDMI nor microSD, not even a microUSB port, and the camera is 5 megapixels with flash. Camera resolution, however, doesn't mean much for the actual picture quality, and Apple will release an HDMI cable that goes into the proprietary port here for streaming HD movies from your phone to your big screen TV. So this evens things out to an extent. Hardware and design is not all there is to it, so let's examine the interfaces quickly. A lot has been written which approach is better for your smartphone interface, the plain Jane of the iPhone 4, which serves as just a portal for all the iOS apps out there, or the more information-laden one on Android, with its widgets, which Symbian now supports as well. It comes down to what you're used to, but there is no denying that people now want as much information from the first glance at their phones as possible. Not all widgets are created equal though. The ones on the Nokia E7 with Symbian are taking the one-size-fits-all approach, restricted in 6 rectangular boxes on the 3 home screens. This will change with the big Symbian update that is coming, but for now the UI versatility crown goes to the LG Optimus 2X here. Okay, browsers now. The pinch to zoom gesture is most fluid on the Safari browser, since it doesn't render the page in real time during the gesture. The same pulse gesture rendering happens in the Symbian browser on the Nokia E7 too. But navigating here is a pain. As you can see, kinetic scrolling inertia is choppy at best. Otherwise, panning around works fairly well. And double tap too. It supports text reflow, but it's very slow, plus the interface is very clunky and unwieldy. Hopefully an update will come soon to remedy those. The browser on Nokia E7 supports Flashlight 4.0, so you can see this flash-based ads, but that's about it. The undisputed king of the browser department is the LG Optimus 2X here. It excels thanks to its dual-core chipset and full Adobe Flash support, not only for ads. Script execution, page load times, they're all blazing fast since the second core is utilized by the browser's code completely. Thus, if we have to rank the browsers, it will be the LG Optimus 2X first, then the iPhone 4, and the severely outdated browser on the Nokia E7 comes last. Hopefully the coming update will bring the much needed improvements to the Symbian browser. Okay, let's have a look at the three camera interfaces now. The Nokia E7 has a fixed focus 8 megapixel camera, so it focuses everything beyond 20 inches, 50 centimeters. This makes it faster to snap a photo since you don't need to pre-focus with a dedicated camera button, but you're not able to snap a picture in macro mode, for example. As you can see in the scene modes, we have no macro here, as opposed to what we had on the Nokia N8. The LG Optimus 2X, on the other hand, has numerous scene modes and settings you can choose from, and it excels with the ability of its 8 megapixel camera to capture Full HD 1080p video right here. The iPhone 4 has the simplest point-and-shoot approach to taking photos of demo, which is very appealing for the average user. As for the photo quality, there's enough amount of detail in the pictures taken with all three phones, but the color representation is different. The iPhone 4 slightly oversaturates the colors, while from the LG Optimus 2X they come out a tad colder than reality, as well as from the Nokia E7, which most of the time gets it about right though, although the images from the Nokia E7 could be a bit sharper. The same goes for the video clips taken with the three phones, and the crown for most fluid HD video goes to the LG Optimus 2X and the iPhone 4, whereas the Nokia E7 shoots with 25 frames per second. The LG Optimus 2X excels in low light photography as well. Indoor photos came out with plenty of detail, and the LED flash didn't cast any weird shadows over the objects. And so in the end, we have to say that all the three phones are having great design and hardware that is more than competent for the job, especially the Optimus 2X with its dual-core chipset. The call quality is good as all three are equipped with noise-cancelling microphones. The iPhone 4 has this grip reception issues sometimes, which most probably won't affect you unless you live on the very edge of the signal tower. But it is not all about hardware these days, not even about having the slickest interface, but rather the amount and quality of third-party apps that can make your phone so much more versatile. This is where the App Store excels, as it got a head start of about a year before Android market was even appeared, not to mention Nokia's OS Store, and it is still most profitable for developers to write apps for iOS. Considering that these phones all cost more than $600 unlocked, and the Nokia E7 actually takes the crown as the most expensive at this very moment, we've seen prices of about even $700. So at this price, you'd probably set your eyesight on it only if you definitely need a physical keyboard to type comfortably and already have some experience with Symbian, i.e. if you're a Nokia fan. And as we said, its market timing is the worst now, with all the noise surrounding Nokia Windows Phone. Now the tough call is between the iPhone 4 and the LG Optimus 2X. Android market might not have an app for everything, but the 150,000 plus applications thereabout cover most basics and then some. The dual-core chipset allows for full HD video recording, fast page load times with zippy Adobe Flash support, and thus makes for the best hardware of all the three phones. This unlocks a totally different set of apps and possibilities, which have not yet materialized on Android market though, since there are no apps now that can get used of dual-core chipsets, at least on Android market, and so it matters more for technically inclined people, which are the most likely to fall in love with the Optimus 2X. The iPhone 4's thin steel and glass frame is very appealing, though it doesn't have a novelty factor anymore. It doesn't do Full HD video, and the browser can't load Flash to save its life, but people who buy it don't seem to care much about those anyway. What they're looking for is the possibility to have these numerous apps and versatile accessories everyone is talking about, as well as ease of use, which is very visible in the that simple camera interface, for example. The sheer fact that this is an 8-month-old phone and it's still in the mix comes to show that you're only likely to switch camps between Android and iOS and vice versa if you're getting bored with one mobile OS or the other and want to try something new for a change. As for the Nokia E7, we know the company has its loyal fan base that are dying to get their hands on the latest piece of design art from Nokia, so we're sure the E7 will do fine once the price starts going south. This was a video comparison of the Nokia E7, LG Optimus 2X and the iPhone 4 from PhoneArena. For more details you can visit us at PhoneArena.com. Thanks for watching.